Democrats were officially arrested, and there's officially arrest warrants out for more Democrats. Now, you probably think this is a joke because, hey, this sounds ridiculous. That's not the type of thing that's ever going to happen. Except it's literally happening. It's happening in real time in more ways than one. This might be the Democrat Holocaust. I'll be real. It's actually so bad if you're a retard. If you're not a retard, this is the greatest timeline of all time. I want to see fucking powerful people going to jail. It makes me happy when powerful people eat ass. Listen, I'll be real. Everyone says that Trump is racist. Trump is evil. Trump is not racist, okay? He is not anti-Semitic. He's not racist. He has black friends and Jewish friends. Diddy and Epstein are both old Trump friends, all right? So he beats the allegations on that one. But everyone else, put them in shackles, baby. Shackles, I tell you. Right, so this is currently what the Texas border looks like. It's kind of insane, because we will get into the meat and potatoes of all of this. There is a lot to get into, a lot to talk about. It's actually hunting season for some retards. It's time for some retard hunting. But first, I have to introduce you to the newest bombshell that just dropped. James Corner, chair of the House Oversight Committee, has just issued a flurry of subpoenas compelling a long list of former officials and even President Clinton to appear for depositions on the Epstein case. Oh my God. Hillary Clinton, October 9th, Bill Clinton, October 14th, and the rest of the fucking goon squad. And these people are being hauled into Congress for depositions over Epstein. I personally am very happy about this. I think this is actually a fantastic thing. Can we get the best I could do is deport you if you criticize Israel. True! The American people are waiting for just one Democrat to be held accountable for literally anything. And for some reason, this is an actual painting that existed in Epstein's house. This is literally a painting of Bill Clinton in a dress that was hanging in Epstein's living room. So we are actually moving. Now, I have told you my conspiracy theories on this the entire time. I do think there are Epstein files. I do think Trump has been lying to all of us in regards to the Epstein files. I do think so. I don't know the reason why. I don't know if it's blackmail. I don't know if it's evil. I don't know if it's just protecting people. I don't know why it's happening, but I don't believe when he says there's no files. However, I don't think he is a pedophile. I think he's mentioned in the files, personally. Personally, I think he's mentioned in the files. Because, he was on his plane a bunch of times. They knew each other very well. But even more importantly, I think that Bill Clinton, the guy who visited Epstein's actual island 28 times, is definitely a lot more guilty than he is. The Democrats had access to the files for 4 years. And let me remind you, they tried to jail Trump for 700 years. That, with all due respect, if Trump was a pedophile and they had proof in the files, they would have fucking cooked them on that. They didn't. So, in my opinion, humbly speaking, I do think he's in the files. I don't think he's a pedophile. I think Bill Clinton is. So, now, I'm not trying to get Epsteined over here. I don't want a Hillary Clinton hitman to show up at my house. But I am very excited to see all these people actually get dragged into Congress and testify and actually fucking cook them. In other news, Trump administration also is debating releasing the transcript of the Ghislane Maxwell interview with the DOJ. So for those of you that are unaware, Trump sent his personal lawyer person that ended up working for the DOJ, but was his personal lawyer person, all right, sent him in to interview Ghislane Maxwell, who's basically the fucking partner in crime of Jeffrey Epstein, the only person convicted over the Epstein shit, and interviewed her for 2 days. Did a 2-day long interview with her. I have no idea what they said, and they're actually considering releasing the transcript, which I think would be fucking fantastic. I would like to know. I think everyone wants closure on this shit. This is the biggest conspiracy theory that's going on right now that the entire public knows is true. The entire fucking public knows this is true and that there's more, actual bad guys out there. However, for some reason, they're still telling us nothing happened. Don't believe your eyes and ears. Trust the government. We know better. Trust the government, guys. This is amazing. Hell yeah. So anyway, if you want more truth bombs and updates on reality and life, definitely subscribe because I say it the way I see it. And I actually don't have really an agenda here. I just kind of want pedophiles to get de-penised. And that is my method. It's where you take the patent-pending penis guillotine and then you immediately snip off the schmeckle of every person that is in the fucking Epstein files, all right? I want these people dragged into Congress where you have a big menacing penis guillotine on the side and you call them out one by one. They go in, they stick in their wanker and you fucking schmorple them. That's what I have to say. But now, they are not the only Democrats that are looking towards a long jail cell. There are other Democrats that are not doing well. Let me introduce you to Texas. Texas is the greatest place ever. Okay, Texas is awesome. Everyone loves Texas. So, the Texas Democrats make this tweet, @RealDonaldTrump. Climate change is real. Climate change is real. Climate change is real. They say it many fucking times. But they all immediately boarded private jets to fly across the country. Do you know why? They are running away from Texas. Why would they be running from Texas? Why are the Texas Democrats polluting the skies to run from Texas? Personally, I love Texas. I think Texas is goated. And in my opinion, if you are actually a elected official of a specific state, you should fucking stay and fight for your state, right? Why are you running? Why are you running? Breaking news. Arrest warrants approved by the Texas House for 51 Democrats who fled to halt Texas redistributing. 51 Democrats fled the state, violated the law, and there are arrest warrants out on all of them. This is truly the most glorious timeline of all time. Let them run and scurry into the sewers like the scared little rat fuckers they actually are. Now, the redistributing of the states, I wanted to show you personally. Let me actually, there's something called gerrymandering. Now, I'm going to have an opinion that I'm sure a lot of people aren't going to agree with, but my opinion is actually the correct opinion. So I'm not actually ashamed if you disagree with me because my opinion is actually right. So this is the state of Texas. Texas passed the redistricting map, all right? This flips 5 seats from blue to red, just in time for the midterm elections. This is Texas, and they're redistricting the different states to essentially cut them in funny positions to cut out as many Democrat seats as possible. And I'll be real here, this shit's red as fuck. This is one big-ass red state, if you ask me. Holy shit, red for Republican, that's what's happening. All 7 swings districts are turning red. So gerrymandering is where they cut up the state in ways that basically cuts different communities and parts to turn them all red. Now, I know what you're thinking, or you're not thinking, depending on what side of the political spectrum you're on. Is this not cheating? Is this not just kind of cheating? You're slicing it up in a way that people are not getting their proper voting rights? Like, your right as a citizen is kind of being diminished by the fact that they're slicing up the state in specific ways that give different people more or less value on their votes, just purely for political game. Do you think this is unfair? Yes, I do think this is unfair. But you know what else isn't fair? Life. Life is not fair. Get the fuck out of bed, put on your big boy pants, and go make something of yourself, motherfucker. Life is actually not fair, hot take. So get over it, brother. And now let me show you why you should be getting over it. Let me introduce you to the map of Illinois.
Easy districts in Illinois. Take a look at this. Look at 17 here.
Yeah, all right. Look at District 17 in Illinois.
Does that, then it comes up here and it sneaks around there and goes all the way up here and then goes right over there like that.
Is that not a scam? They were literally drawing penises on Illinois to get as many fucking blue votes as they can.
And look at this one, kind of goes whoop up there.
Yeah, literally why?
It's like the stinger on a scorpion down here. Is this common for all states to do?
Well, we handed it over to a kindergarten class and let them decide.
Okay, and that's the nonpartisan group that does this.
Absolutely,
you guys?
that's our independent commission.
Of course, obviously.
That is, yeah. I mean, look.
So because all states, to a certain extent, do this, why is what Texas doing particularly egregious in this case?
Well, fantastic question, libtard McGee.
Here, every 10 years we do a census in this country, and right after the census, we redraw districts in every state. But what the Republicans are trying to do, and the Texas Republicans, frankly, at the behest of Donald Trump, are doing it mid-decade. It's
mid-decade, guys! Wow, we found an oopsie-poopsie. They're doing it mid-decade. This is what they call someone that is losing at life, because they don't understand that, in fact, rules for thee also apply to me. With all due respect, you gotta stop fucking prostitutes, bro. There is no one that doesn't fuck prostitutes that thinks this way. This is the mindset of a man that has sex with whores. Again, not slandering this guy or anything. I don't know anything about him, but I'm just saying there is no way you could come up with that if you have like a stable relationship with your wife. It just doesn't happen.
Extraordinarily rare.
That's an important point because I think he literally called them or wrote them and said, "Hey, I need 5 seats."
Yeah. So, anyway, it turns out, hilariously enough, that, you know, of course, Stephen Colbert over here, retard McDougal, there's a reason why he was fired. He was recently fired from his show because no one wants to watch this actual degenerate loser talk about random bullshit. But this dude's like, yeah, wait, you make such a good point. Yeah, every single blue state gerrymanders and we give it a pass, but this red state gerrymanders, we don't even really know why it's a bad thing, but now we're against it actually because it's 2025. There have been no states that have technically been gerrymandered in 2025 specifically. This is a first-time thing at the behest of Trump. I also lost my USAID funding, and my show is coincidentally canceled. It's totally a coincidence. Now, Trump went out and he made a statement. He said, "I got the most votes from Texas that any Republican ever got in the history of America." He made a statement like that, and the news sites they love doing this. Whenever Trump makes a hyperbolic statement, every news site on the planet decides, holy shit, now's our chance. We're gonna call him a liar. Because even though this is obviously hyperbole, we're still going to paint him as a liar. Because Donald Trump just lied to the American people. Actually, when he said the most states ever, it wasn't literally ever. So watch the news literally try their best to cope. And it's beautiful.
You know, here we go. So you did get the highest number of votes in Texas, so that's true. But when you're talking
okay, then you don't have to say anything more, Joe.
I got to say this.
No, don't say anything more.
No,
don't qualify it by saying,
no,
I got the highest number of votes
you did.
in the history
I'm moving
of
on.
Texas.
I'm moving on to your claim that
So he basically had to admit that, yeah, actually he did get the highest number of votes in the history of Texas. Yeah. Nux, why didn't you include that he fucks prostitutes? I just said it was the mindset of a type of guy that fucks prostitutes. It's the type of guy that pays to get what he wants and doesn't actually play the game fairly. That's what I said. It's what I intended, and I stand by it. It is the prostitute mindset. Democrats declare gerrymandering bad. Until they need to gerrymander again, of course, obviously. So I want to introduce you to truly the greatest timeline of all time. Truly a glorious timeline. A timeline so beautiful that honestly I am tearing up. My eyes are watering. I like seeing retards going to jail. It makes me happy. Justice is good, actually. And despite the fact that every atheist on the planet tells you, actually, technically, the Bible and Jesus wouldn't like, actually arresting criminals. Thank you, atheist retard. You're wrong. You are wrong. The Bible is a book of laws, okay? And if you break those laws, you get fucking obliterated. That's the rules. Shut the fuck up. And go continue sacrificing children to Moloch or whatever the fuck you do on your spare time. Now, Benny Johnson made a couple of videos talking about this. So first, we need to talk about the Texas Democrats fleeing the state. I think we gotta get in line. Get in line. We're covering this one step at a time. We're breaking this apart. I love this story personally. I love justice. I love a little bit of playing the game. And we are playing the game. And unfortunately for the retards of the world, we're winning.
What's up, guys? It's Benny. Let's end the weekend and kick off a brand new week with good news and even better news.
All right.
Jasmine Crockett may be out of a job.
No!
Jasmine Crockett, the most insufferable member.
She's a Texas Democrat. I forgot about that. No. Guys, you jail everyone, but please leave Jasmine Crockett alone. Leave her alone. She makes me so happy. She gives me so many laughs. My favorite Jasmine Crockett clip is when she said, "Breaking into the country illegally is not a crime." That's my favorite Jasmine Crockett quote.
Congress may have lost her district.
Oh, it's her district. It's her district. That's beautiful. That's fucking beautiful. That's art. I love that.
Texas redistricting. This is something that Texas has a right to do in order to ensure that their state and the districts in it represent the will of the people of Texas.
All right.
And not the will of very smooth-brained, sad, woke people who barely speak English, or at the very least can code switch. Jasmine Crockett went to a very nice school, was raised in a very nice part of town. She went to a private school. Did you know that? She went to college. That is very expensive, like $100,000 a year.
Dude, I fucking hate these people. I literally hate these people. It's like, I grew up on the streets just like you, slinging pussy at anyone that I could find, just like you all do. Then it turns out they're just like some posh, random fucking rich kid that did not grow up like that at all, and they're literally just coping. Like, get out of here with this fucking ghetto shit. You and AOC, all these fucking retard frauds. Can't stand them. They drive me insane. God.
Yeah, Jasmine Crockett is code switching and role playing and has ghetto stolen valor, I guess you'd call it. But anyway, all of it's for naught, because apparently Texas GOP's new map would move Crockett's district.
No.
She wouldn't be able to live in it.
That's
anymore.
amazing.
Her home is out of her district
Oh.
and slashing Democrat seats.
Oh my God.
Texas GOP
Dude, it couldn't have happened to anyone better. Silence! Black women getting evicted.
map would kick firebrand Democrat Jasmine Crockett out of her own district and likely add more House seats to the Republican delegation. Texas House Republicans introduced redistricting. Jasmine Crockett would now no longer be living then in her.
Bro, dude, she looks lobotomized. Could they not get a better picture than this? Like, why is she looking like this, though? Like, not a thought going on. Not one thought going on between her ears.
District. Crockett, who serves the 30th Democrat Congressional District, which represents a large
Like, she actually looks like Patrick from SpongeBob. Like, I don't know, man.
part of Dallas, has called the redistricting effort to power grab to silence voters. That's right, Jasmine Crockett.
Of course, it's to silence voters. These people are all retarded. Like, literally, it's all okay or none of it's okay. If you're gonna gerrymander in fucking Illinois and New York and California and you all do that shit, if you do that shit everywhere, why are you mad? This is the game. I don't like the rules of the game very often. The rules of this game suck. But they are the rules of the game, and these are the loopholes that exist. And that is how the game is played. No rules for me, not for thee. That's not how it works anymore. We have passed that age. But you guys, you should be better than them. You should play fair. Absolutely not. They are trying to steal our country and turn it into fucking weed farm.
Crockett out.
It's an accident that Donald Trump picked up the phone, called down to Texas, told Abbott what he was going to do, and like a small, ridiculous child, he just fell in order. I don't think any of that was an accident. But
She doesn't think it's an accident that the president of the United States spoke to a governor of Texas? What are we even doing here? Well, he's the president of the United States. Bro, she's hitting us with those bird hands, trying to hit us with those bird hands, brother.
Shut up. You're not from Texas. You don't represent Texas. You know nothing about Texas. This is not your real accent. This is like.
But the real question is, does Jasmine Crockett have gray genes?
You know nothing about Texas.
Only taking answers in the comment section from white supremacists. If you're not a white supremacist, don't even answer the question.
This is not your real accent. This is like she has nothing to do. She's raised in St. Louis. Turned to a private.
She's from St. Louis, and she showed up to Texas to. What are we even doing? These people are all gooners. They're all liars and frauds.
Very fancy, elitist, private Catholic school in St. Louis, and then went.
How'd this happen, bro? How did this happen, bro? Nux, you're getting canceled for the Great Genes comment. Oh, it's not the first one. It's the second time I made this comment. And yes, I am gonna get canceled. I don't know if you're aware. I just recently got canceled for I was just asking questions, guys. All right, I was not being controversial. I was just asking questions. And yes, I did actually get canceled. So Lizzo made this TikTok. It's not really relevant, so I'm not gonna show the whole thing. It's basically copying the Sydney Sweeney ad.
Sweating out of my lace. Don't need no bottles.
Basically, her showing off how she also has good genes. So I just asked Grok. I had to know. Hey, Grok, does Lizzo have good genes? Grok says no. Lizzo's obesity indicates genetic predispositions to metabolic issues, increasing risk for diabetes and heart disease per health studies from the sources like NIH and WHO. Talent aside, those aren't good genes for longevity. So I'm really glad. Listen, man, it's important. Thank you, Grok. Thank you, Grok. Very cool. I appreciate you immensely, Grok. You got me canceled, Grok. Grok said it, not me. Grok said it, not me.
To a Catholic, a private college that's very expensive, and all of it's fake. All of it's code switching. It's not real. So anyway, Jasmine Crockett is now sounding alarm that she will lose her seat.
Oh no! Anyway,
it gets better and better and better.
Wait, it gets better?
So wait, Texas is going to give us 5 new Republican House seats and boot Jasmine Crockett. It's Christmas in August.
Oh my God, true.
Yeah, take the trash out. Texas Republican.
Dude, everyone is celebrating this. This is crazy.
Control legislature, a new redistricting map places Jasmine Crockett's address outside of her district, forcing her to campaign among unfamiliar voters who are expected to largely oppose her reelection.
Dude, this is huge.
Jasmine Crockett railing against the Anglo majority of Texas district.
There is no way this is real. Bro, it's America. It's America. English is the language that's spoken in America. Why are you mad at Anglo-majority congressional districts? Like, what are we talking about?
The math ain't mathin'.
She's like, I prefer districts where they don't speak English, because if they don't understand what I'm saying, they don't realize I'm retarded.
Yeah, this clip is unbelievable. It's her just like talking about how there's too many white people in Texas, and that white people represent Texas. Like, the ladies, Democrat women behind her are just perfect, iconoclast. Yeah, so Jasmine Crockett may be out of a district, and Texas, well, may have lost all of their Democrats. And what do I mean by that? Well,
this is so, and you know what? Honestly, if they would have just been like, oh well, we take the L and life moves on, that would be one thing. It's the fact that they ran out of the country to stall them from voting, and now there are like actual arrest warrants out for them. That's beautiful.
Democrats have now fled the state of Texas. My Democrat colleagues have
Let's
left the state of Texas
go.
to break quorum, to stop Trump's redistricting power grab. If this sounds familiar, the Texas Democrats did this like a couple of years ago when Texas was passing voter security laws. And so this beta cuck released this video.
Representative James Tallarico from Texas. If you're seeing this video, my Democratic colleagues and I have just left our beloved state.
If you're seeing this video, tell my wife that I still love her, even though she makes me watch her have sex with other men. Listen, with all due, I just wanted to be very clear that I still love her.
Break quorum and stop Trump's redistricting power grab. Trump told our Republican colleagues...
I can't believe Trump is doing this. Bro, you people are literally so retarded. Like, I have never heard an actual Democrat take a position that's not Trump bad in like the last, holy shit, 9 years. It has been 9 years since I heard a Democrat take a position that's not Trump bad. Like, literally, this is insanity, bro. Insane. Like, what does your party stand for aside from Trump bad? Trump is more the identity of the Democrat Party than the Republican Party at this point. There are so many different trains of thought and perspectives in the Republican Party. The Democrat Party is just Trump fascist, Trump bad. This is diabolical.
To redraw the political maps here in Texas in the middle of the decade.
Of the decade. Oh my God, stop being such a bitch.
Him 5 more seats and protect his majority in Congress. They're turning our districts into crazy shapes to guarantee the outcome they want.
Bro, stop it! Stop being such a pussy. They're just doing exactly what you have been doing every single fucking opportunity for the last 10, 20, 30 years. Stop, bro, stop. No one feels bad for you. You are losing a game where you made the rules.
In the 2026 elections, if this power grab succeeds, hang on to power without any accountability.
Yeah, again, I don't care. Nux, so you support gerrymandering? Like, I'm telling you, there have got to be some... There has to be a cure for the lobotomites that ask me these questions as, like, gotchas. Chat, I do not support this. However, if the other side fucking does it, then this side absolutely should. To the best of their ability. I think it's a stupid fucking rule. But it is the rule. You know what? Life's not fair sometimes. So even though I think this is not a fair thing to do, I don't actually give a shit. Everyone else was doing it. Alright? Like, you have to stop. In my perfect world, this would have been illegal forever in every state ever. But it is here now. So, God, you have to stop.
From the voters. The Texas Democrats are fighting back. We're leaving the state, breaking quorum, and preventing Republicans from silencing our voices.
Sir, can you stop speaking? I smell your vagina from here.
And rigging the next election. We are not fighting for the Democratic Party. We are fighting for the Democratic...
Shut up.
We're not fighting for the party. We're fighting for the process. No, you're not. You're fighting Trump because Trump bad and because you are going to lose your job. All right? That's why you're fighting. It's not for the... Every single time I hear Democrats speak, it makes me sad. Because I think in an ideal world... Well, in an ideal world, it wouldn't be a two-party system, but that's inevitable. So we're in a two-party system. I want both sides to do their absolute fucking best because competition creates progress. All right, if both sides are doing well, then competitively speaking, both sides will do well. As it stands right now, the Democrats are literally shooting themselves in the face multiple times every time they open their mouth. It is absolutely destructive and frustrating as fuck on the one hand. On the other hand, I look forward to them going to jail. That'll be very funny. That will be fun.
Shut up. Listen, this is the Texas map.
True.
This is the Texas map.
Yeah.
I don't see any crazy Democrat states. It's Democrat shaped. I literally see just like squares. Which is what, like...
relatively speaking, it's a decent drawing.
Congressional maps should look like. Now, some of the districts look a little funny, but they're all Republican districts. So whatever. The Democrat districts are like just little blue dots, which is what they should be, because the only places that Democrats represent are the hellscapes of inner cities where there's projects and massive buildings of people on government subsidies where you can
he's cooking. He's
you
right.
can run the voting tabulation machines through. Okay.
Hi, I'm a Democrat from LA. I just moved out of LA so I could pay less taxes. Well then, sir, you are what we call cancer. You are literally sucking off of our system, okay? Fuck you. Fuck you for voting in socialism and then moving out of a socialized state.
So this is the Republican map of Texas. This is a map of the state that they just fled to. They're saying
you're going to tell me that these shapes are better?
There's crazy districts. There's crazy shapes of districts. Look at some of these districts around Chicago. Look at this district right here. Look at the gerrymandering. Look at these gerrymandering a-holes. Look at this.
Stop.
Illinois is literally...
It looks like a map of a river, dude.
Most gerrymandered state on earth, and they're escaping to it in order to what? J.B. Pritzker brokers deal to host 30 Texas Democrats in Chicago for a week-long plot.
Bro, they think that the party without guns is gonna win against the party with guns. Like, come on, dude. Just think, Mark.
Against GOP redistricting plan. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker is now playing host to 30 rogue Democrats who fled the Lone Star State to block the mid-decade redistricting vote backed by Donald Trump. The Texas Democrats once again resorting to legislative cowardice to break quorum. This is, you have to have a certain number of elected representatives in order to get votes through, just before a scheduled special session that would have cemented the new congressional map. In their desperate attempt to stop the vote, the runaway lawmakers fled across state lines to Chicago, where they were being sheltered and advised by none other than far-left Governor Pritzker himself. This marks the second time in recent years the Texas Democrats have pulled this unconstitutional stunt. I don't think it's going to stand. Texas Democrats confirmed that they've left the state to break quorum. We're not walking out on our responsibilities. We're walking out on a rigged system.
I hate when the system is rigged. Unless it's rigged in my favor, in which case it's great. You see, I love the idea that we could rig every system possible, but I really don't like when other people rig systems to their benefit. You see, and by the way, I think this is like the number one fucking insufferable flaw in the Democrat Party. They think that they have some sort of moral justification on their side to break every law. It's like the actual terrorist philosophy. Every single fucking time I hear it, it reminds me of like a terrorist saying, well, because it is actually moral for me to kill you in the name of my God, I am therefore going to do it. Therefore, I have every right to go ahead and do that. Because, well, it's moral and just, and therefore it doesn't fucking matter. And then you hear the Democrats basically doing the same shit, except instead of their God, it's their, their philosophy, their acceptance, or whatever they call it. And they're basically, because of their morals, they have decided that we are able to break any law possible for the sake of getting shit done our way. I think it is a unbelievable moral failing on this entire political side, bro, where they sit here and they justify everything. They justify everything. And that's why when you have someone try to kill Trump, they cheer. That's why when you have Taylor Lorenz, a renowned journalist for the Washington Post and friend of Hassan Piker, terrorist pedophile supporter on the left, that's why when she makes a video titled this, someone needs to do it, implying that someone needs to go kill Trump, all right? That's why she got 1 million views and lots of respect, and Hassan Piker shouted it out and agreed. Now, realistically, this is fucking horrible, and we are fighting against moral degeneracy here. We really are.
When Democrats create congressional shapes that look like this, which is so much more of an abomination than this. Whatever you think of this map, which is an amazing map, I think. This is a literal
This is crazy. It looks like a heart with veins. Like, this is crazy.
They're going here to this area right here. I'm not sure if you can see all this little blue squiggly lines there. Every single district in Chicago. Chicago is the most gerrymandered effing place on planet Earth. They have like carved up like 9 Democrat seats just from Chicago alone.
Yeah, do you see how retarded this is? So that's why I personally don't care when people are crying. So, yes, when I do have a lobotomite show up in my chat, do you think it's actually unfair to cut up the map of Texas and gerrymander it? Well, the answer is, look at the opponents. Look at your adversaries.
This is why Illinois is losing like 3 seats, actually, in the next.
Like, this is like, and I absolutely hate this logic. Is killing good or is killing bad? Well, to be honest, It depends on the context. If you're killing somebody because they are coming to kill you and your family, then actually killing is good and justified, all right? But if you're just killing somebody for fun, then killing is bad. So I really feel like context does matter. So with all due respect, you can shove it, as they say in French.
In the next census, a Texas Democrat flee. It's not going to last, by the way. This is FAFO time. Texas Democrats fled the state. Ken Paxton vows to have them arrested. We should use every tool at our disposal to hunt them down. They think they're above the law. Democrats in the Texas House try and run away like cowards. They should be found, arrested, and brought back to the Capitol immediately. They're breaking quorum. Ken Paxton has stated plainly, if they do this, they will be arrested.
Yeah, that's what I want to see.
Democrats in the House will try and run away like cowards. They should be found and arrested immediately. We should use every tool at our disposal to hunt them down. They think the law.
Correct. I completely agree. Abso-fucking-lutely. You need to jail these motherfuckers.
Jasmine Crockett says Texas legislature asked her to confirm her address.
Ooh.
Texas has now destroyed Jasmine Crockett. It's great. Here's the Texas GOP statement on this. Let's just read the top line here. The Texas Democrat Party's latest stunt to cut quorum is nothing more than a transparent attempt to weaponize chaos and rewrite reality. Texas Republicans are working to ensure fair and lawful redistricting that reflects the will of Texas. Democrats are choosing obstruction over representation, denying voters. You know, Democrats have been doing this for so long, and now it's just like Republicans that are up on their game, and they're losing their minds over it, right? There's no such thing as like a Democrat district. Every Democrat district is either so inflated by criminal aliens.
I mean, listen, man, you know what they say, right? You know what they say. There aren't any Democrat states. There are only states that don't require voter ID.
Or redistricted to like within an inch of its life, like gerrymandered within an inch of its life, right? There's no such thing as like a Democrat district that just looks like a square. You know?
No, of course not. Because it's only the cities. It's only the cities where you have the fucking people living on the street and trying to mooch off of the system and society. And that's why socialism is theft. All right? That's why it actually is. You are stealing my money to pay for that person's lifestyle, all right, that they are deciding to lead. Obviously, there are people that are in dire straits, and it's nice to have a system to actually protect people, and realistically, I think that's a wonderful thing. But that's charity, all right? That's not theft.
Iowa, where like the congressional districts are just squares, right? They just look exactly like 4 congressmen just split it up like a chessboard, right? Yeah, like a checkers board. Texas Attorney General Paxton warns Democrats will be arrested and hauled back by law enforcement.
Damn.
Here are the actual
cooking. We keep cooking.
House Democrats boarding a private jet.
Yeah, I showed that.
Private
jet, but they care about the environment, guys. But the environment is so important, everybody.
Commuter Air. I wonder how much that costs. That's a very expensive jet. That's a very big jet.
Yeah, I wonder who's paying for it. Oh, we're paying for it, guys. Isn't that nice? Isn't that lovely?
The immediate arrest of those rogue lawmakers who fled their duties, says Attorney General Ken Paxton. Radical Democrats are spitting in the face of every Texan who swore to represent. This cowardice and dereliction of duty. They should face full force without apology. Well done, Texas.
I agree.
Well, get ready
100%.
for videos like this. You know, get ready for these guys.
And they all do their fucking TikToks trying to propagandize people. We are fleeing to protect democracy.
Private jet, making these mewling dumbass videos. People like Harry Sisson cheering it on. Gavin Newsom is so desperate to distract from his record destroying California. True. You don't know the difference between boys and girls, so I'm not shocked that you missed the fact that witch hunts against me all failed and were politically bogus.
God damn.
Look at this.
Yeah, look at that.
Texans
Insane.
Are furious at Democrat lawmakers.
Yeah.
To set up an escape plan to Illinois and break quorum.
Is this not here's the thing. Is this not anti-democratic? Like, they make believe that they're saving democracy, but they are literally fleeing the state to hold up votes. You are anti-democracy. You have always been anti-democracy. Literally always.
Blocks of vote on redistricting. We had quorum Wednesday. Then they adjourned until Monday. Long weekend, 4 full days to set up a travel stunt. Everyone who voted to adjourn for the long weekend, Democrats could collude with Hakeem Jeffries, complicit in this. Had the House stayed in session, Republicans would have locked the Democrats down and blocked them from escaping by the Sergeant at Arms. Yep, here we go. Look at this. Bunch of just dumb slobs getting on their shit. I'm heading out. I'm the next civil rights leader. Yeah, no, here we go. I wrong.
Democracy is when I win and I use underhanded tactics.
Democrats are abandoning their jobs in Texas over redistricting by traveling to Illinois.
Crazy.
The Democrat-drawn congressional map in Illinois overperformed in favor of Democrats by 30 points.
Oof.
Wow. Compared to only a 7-point Republican advantage in Texas under the current map. Heaven forbid we come closer to leveling the playing field. Yeah,
damn,
that's right.
True.
Overperformed.
That's what no one is happy about, bro. No one is fucking happy about it. That's the scariest part.
30 points. Okay, well, this is your new drama for the week. Your new...
Hell yeah, dude. I am so locked into this drama. This is literally making me so happy. All right, so they fled the country, but apparently it gets even funnier because apparently the Texas governor went on the news to say we are hunting them down and we are arresting them. No! Fled the state, not the country, sorry. But yeah, and they said that the governor literally went on the news to say, yup, we arresting those motherfuckers.
What's up, guys? It's Benny, yippee-ki-yay, and yeehaw. Texas is being Texas again and acting like total badasses.
All right.
Cowboys and outlaws. And it's just a beautiful thing to see. And it's also beautiful to see Jasmine Crockett lose her seat.
Oh my god, she's gonna become a TikToker. I'm telling you, bro. The failed Democrat politician to TikToker pipeline is real.
Her ghetto seat has been redistricted, and Jasmine Crockett warns that she may have to compete now. The reason she acts in a Democrat plus 30 district in the worst possible ghettos of Dallas, in a place where 90% of the constituents are on welfare, and so she's able to...
Yeah, so obviously they vote her in. It's such a bad system. Dude, I'm telling you, man, democracy has its flaws. One of the big flaws of democracy is you just promise free shit to poor people, and they will vote for you. Yep, that's literally it.
Effectively act the part, but she's no longer able to code switch with this new map. Texas did something called redistricting, which is their constitutional right and obligation and mandate in order to ensure that the districts of Texas represent the people of Texas. And Texas...
Well, democracy is saved. Hell yeah.
...says way too many Democrats to Congress. That's because Democrats were able to browbeat weak, limp dick Republicans into giving them more congressional districts.
I'll be real. It's so nice that Republicans are actually fighting this way. Because until now, Republicans were like, you know, they would get called out. Because, again, you have to realize, the whole media is owned by the left. All right? You thought I was going to say the Jews, but I tricked you. It's owned by the leftist Jews. All right? Listen, I'll be real. The leftist Jews, they own the media. And they have decided to control that shit completely. All right? So, realistically, every time the leftists will redistrict fucking Illinois or whatever, and cut it up into weird little intestine-looking strips, all right, the media will be silent. You won't even hear about it. All right, and the Republicans that are in Illinois, they won't leave, they won't flee, they won't make like some big hullabaloo, they'll just unfortunately have to eat shit. But now in Texas, when they decide to do the exact same shit, honestly, way less bad than they did in Illinois, the media is owned by the fucking left. So those motherfuckers are gonna be like, I can't believe it, it's a constitutional crisis. They are literally threatening all of democracy. This is Jose, and the leftists make this whole big fucking bullshit. Waking up is realizing that the media is not your friend and the government is not actually here to help. Waking up is realizing that everyone is lying to you. Keep your friends and family close and trust individuals, all right? But not YouTubers. Don't trust YouTubers. Us YouTubers, we are, listen, every single one of us has something to gain by lying to you. Never trust a YouTuber. Never invest in a YouTuber's project. All right, listen, YouTubers, those guys are fucking snakes. Every single one of them. Definitely subscribe. You could trust me, though. That was a joke. Don't trust me either. Don't trust anyone, but definitely subscribe. Let's up those numbers.
And that ends now with this brand new map. And Texas, of course, is only one of the states doing this. Florida may well do this. Missouri may well do this. And a number of other red states. And so it's very good. It's smash mouth, and it's exactly the kind of game that Republicans should be playing. We wouldn't be in this problem with the
and again, and the reason why I think Republicans couldn't ever play like this is because the people really weren't on this side. You know, the people were not on this side whatsoever. Because the people watch the media and believe the media. So whenever the Democrats would do some underhanded shit, the media would take their side, so the people would kind of be cool with it. And whenever the Republicans would even try to do something like this, the media would literally blast them and flame them, and they would cower and coil away. So realistically, we are living in an era where I am the media. You are the media. The media is Twitter. The media is YouTubers. The media is independent people that actually have opinions now. And realistically, that era of censorship is dead. It's time for the right-wing Jews to take over. Enough of the left-wing Jews. The right-wing Jews are here. Listen, man. I'm sorry, I've been watching a little too much of the conspiracy theorists that blame everything in society on the Jews, when obviously it's only about 80% of things that you should be blaming on the Jews.
Globalists and Marxists taking over everything.
If that was a joke. It's like 60%. Okay.
Republicans actually had a spine, but now that we do, it's beautiful to see. And Jasmine Crockett is losing her mind, talking about how the Anglo majority in Texas is getting rid of her district. The math ain't mathin'.
Bro,
well, we
the math ain't mathin'.
The Texas House Legislature over this because the Texas Synth Democrats, represented by...
Oh, the cuck party is not doing well.
I don't know.
Why don't straight white men vote for the cuck party? I don't understand.
Some guy that looks like he's a eunuch in a Joseph A. Banks ad. This guy announced that Texas Democrats have fled the state. They fled the state for Illinois. Why? Because they don't like gerrymandered districts. Make it make sense.
Yeah. Right. They went to the most gerrymandered state of all time because they hate gerrymandering. I agree.
This is Illinois. Anyway, J.B. Pritzker decided that he's going to eat all of the 30 House Democrats, and it was all a big scam. He just needed second breakfast in Chicago. Here we go. They will be in Chicago for a week-long plot against the GOP redistricting plan. They have to have something called quorum, which means they have to have a certain number of delegates in order to...
Yeah, and they all fled the fucking state because they're gigantic pussies that are trying to, underhandedly stop the democratic process because these people are fascists. The fascists are on the left. They're projecting when they call Trump a fascist. They are the fascists.
Business, and they took away the number of delegates. So Texas legislature has now ground to a halt, but they aren't going to take that quietly in the Lone Star State.
Arrest
General
them.
Ken Paxton immediately said
Jail
if they do this, they'll be arrested.
Yeah.
The Texas State House tried to run away like cowards, should be found arrested.
Agreed.
Capitol immediately.
Completely agreed.
And then he said that he can sick the Texas Rangers on them just out of retirement. Here's a photo from a local reporter of the...
Oh, I want to see Jasmine Crockett fucking dragged by some fat ranger. Some fat ranger just dragging Jasmine Crockett around.
Jet. To flee on. And here are some of the insufferable videos of them fleeing. Of course, they're all civil rights heroes for doing this.
Oh,
this is
the heroes, civil rights heroes, fleeing the state to avoid the democratic process. Wow, they're really fighting for democracy.
They fight. The way they fight is to flee their state.
Fucking
what
losers.
Are these people? Who are these people?
Losers.
I'm fighting by fleeing. Okay, well, thank God the American military doesn't operate like that or
True.
whatever. You know, like it's total cowardice. A bunch of dirty Marxists, and they're taking all these little suffragette photos on the jetway to this. Looked like a pretty big jet, pretty big plane. See, they may have gotten themselves in trouble here. The Texas Democrats fled on a $47 million jet.
Of course.
We looked up the tail number and the log codes, and this jet is very pricey. In fact, it costs $17,000 per hour to operate without overhead fees. That means the flight from Dallas to Chicago could cost nearly $100,000. Who the hell?
I think they need to go to jail. They need to go to jail. They need to go to jail. I'm telling you, man. They stole $100,000 of taxpayer money because we are the people that are paying for this shit. You have to realize that. My tax dollars are paying for Democrat lawmakers to flee the state because they're gigantic pussies and they don't want to lose. They are fleeing the state, literally fleeing the state to halt the democratic process, and on my dime, literally misappropriation of funds. What are we doing here as a country if we cannot jail most obvious fraud cases of all time? I absolutely cannot stand. I can't stand the fact that the IRS is gonna fucking ruin your life if you gave them a 25 cents too little on your fucking tax return. They will destroy you and audit you and make you spend countless hours and dollars recalculating taxes and bullshit because you're 25 cents off on your tax return. But these people literally just stole $100K from the people. Like, literally in front of our noses. Absolutely cooked these frauds.
Who the hell is paying for this? Texas Republicans need to launch an emergency investigation now. Okay. Huge news. Also breaking, Texas governor decided to listen to me and is launching an investigation.
Yeah!
will remove from office Democrat lawmakers who fled Illinois to prevent a vote on redistricting today. He's given them a final warning. They have until 3 p.m. to return. The derelict Democrats House members must return to Texas and be in attendance when the House reconvenes at 3 p.m. on Monday, August 4th.
So they gave them a deadline. I love that. All right. And that was 2 days ago. Wait, and it didn't happen.
Today. For any member who fails to do so, I will invoke Texas Attorney General Opinion Number KP0382 to remove the missing Democrats from membership in the Texas State House.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
May amount to felony bribery, right? So rich guy pays for this jet, and then they leave. Yeah, for soliciting funds for their stunt.
Wow, dude, they're catching them for bribery. Oh my God, it's better than I could have ever imagined. Oh my God, this is glorious. This is freaking glorious.
Ooh, baby, they are in big trouble. Here's the order right here. This is truancy ends now. The derelict Democrat House members must return to Texas by 3 o'clock today. Any member who fails to do so, I will remove from the House. So they're going to lose their seats over this.
Good.
What a
absolutely huge
move.
Fuck yeah,
Seems to me that
the Jewish overlords, they were cooking on this one. I'm not gonna lie.
The only way some of these fleeing Democrats can avoid bribery charges is to not break quorum. It seems that they would eliminate any potential quid pro quo connection to any payment they received to deny quorum and skip the vote.
Is this what we call some swamp drainage? I hope so.
Big deal. Again, who's paying for this jet? Who's paying for this $100,000 trip?
Great question.
Just one way.
We have to know. We have to know. It's either misappropriation of funds, bribery, or they're paying it out of pocket. I highly doubt it's that last one.
To Chicago. Who charters a jet? Governor Abbott should consider vacating the seats of all Democrats fleeing Texas State House in their attempt to deny quorum to avoid conducting legislative business by voting on the redistricting maps. First argument, abandonment of office under common law and Texas precedent. So this lawyer goes through all of the various articles in the Texas Constitution that would allow Greg Abbott to redistrict all of them.
Justice.
And to just take away their seats, which would be amazing. Listen, you don't have to like what's happening in the House. There's tons of there are like 25 different states that are controlled by Democrats. Okay, 90% of the counties voted Republican in this country. A stat that I just learned: 90% of the counties in the country voted Republican.
This is a true fact, by the way. It's literally only the big cities. It's literally only the big cities that didn't vote Republican. This is completely true. A lot of people don't know that. It's not just a majority. It's 90%. That's a big fucking majority.
But there are states that are controlled by Democrats, generally through gerrymandering. And those states have Republicans who serve in the legislature too. And they probably don't like what happens. State of Oregon.
But that's life.
Right, we have a supermajority for Democrats.
But that's life.
They don't like it when Oregon legalizes all drugs. But what do they do? Do they flee? Like, this is an insane thing that they just suddenly flee their duties. You're just going to normalize this. You just take off so the governing body can't function. How is that not an insurrection? How is that not seditious conspiracy?
Fantastic question. I ask myself that all the time. When I see the crazy shit that goes on in Congress and in the Democratic Party especially, I wonder myself why this is the case.
In case you don't follow Texas politics closely, this is an extraordinary statement by Governor Abbott. It's clear that President Trump has emboldened Republicans to the point that they are starting to have some testicular fortitude.
Yeah, true. I think so. I think that's probably one of the best things that came from the entire Trump presidency is that Republicans are actually going to cook. Republicans are like, you know what? Fuck this. I will put my foot down. I don't care if the media is going to call me a Nazi. I don't care if I'm going to be called a fascist by retards that are screaming in the streets. I don't give a shit if they're going to even try to jail me because I am going to fight back and fight for my country. And I feel like we didn't have that for a long time. For a long time. I don't remember the last time that happened. Like, bro, what are they going to do? Call you a racist? Are they going to call you transphobic? They're going to call you transphobic? Like, bro, this shit's over. It's literally over. The era has changed. The mindset in the country is different. Fuck it. Like, the ultimate response to you're a racist is, and you shut them down. They are shut down. What are they going to say? But you're transphobic. So, and it's over. It's over.
Saying that the AWOL Democrats will lose their seats. Here you have the Texas Constitution. We decided to go ahead and look it up, and it actually does give some pretty clear rights to the governor if there are members missing. Let's say, for instance, a member passes away, right, of natural causes. There has to be a mechanism in order for the body to move forward and legislate. The whole state can't just come to a standstill.
True.
That's the case, Greg Abbott.
Literally, you can't have these people decide to get up and leave the state and expect the entire state to just play along. I'm sorry. But as this very nice man that made a cool AI video did, your boos mean nothing because I know what makes you cheer. I'm sorry. I don't care what you have to say. I don't care what you have to do. Life moves on.
That threatens to expel Texas Democrats at the word redistricting. I do find it like I have been crying over this, that this is the state that Democrats decided.
No, that's the funniest thing in the world. They decided to go to the most gerrymandered state in the entire country.
This is the noble and beautiful state that Democrats decided to flee to. You see what's happening up here in Chicago? Chicago alone probably gives Democrats, like the way that they've gerrymandered Chicago gives Democrats probably an extra 10 seats in the House alone.
Sheesh.
But this is really important, by the way. The way that the drawn Democrat congressional map in Illinois overperforms in favor of Democrats by 30 points. 82% of the congressmen are Democrats versus 52% of the vote in 2024. So Trump got 48% of the vote, but 82% of the seats are Democrats. You understand?
Does that make any sense? Does that make any sense? Like, how is this anything other than an obvious scam? And they have the disrespect to complain about Texas?
There's only a 7-point Republican advantage in Texas. So by every measure.
So you have to realize they cheated and still lost, right? So like we have to make fun of them for this, right? They deserve to be humiliated.
It would actually be Illinois Democrats fleeing to Texas. You know, it should be the Illinois Republicans fleeing to Texas because it's a much more fair state. They picked the wrong state to do this, man.
Yeah, that's fucking hilarious. And of course, the funniest thing is apparently, what's his name? Greg Abbott. He actually made a post. He made a post. Does he have that in his video? I don't know. It doesn't seem like it. But he made an actual post talking about going out to arrest them. Let me see if I can find this Greg Abbott. Right? I'm pretty sure that's his name. Greg Abbott. Let me see if I can find it. I'll try not to spell it like a complete freak, and then maybe I'll find it. Where's the thingy? I know that he was on the news. Yeah. Look at that. Beautiful.
Texas is doing what we are allowed to by the law.
True.
And one reason why that law exists the way that it does is because the Democrats brought a lawsuit after our last redistricting.
Yeah.
And that decision and that lawsuit came out last year.
Yeah.
And that lawsuit recognized that coalition districts are not required. And so Texas has a right to redraw these lines to fully represent the desires of every voter in the state. But Sean, that misses the point here. The point here is that Democrats have done something that's very un-Texan. They've turned their backs on their fellow Texans. When it came to a fight, they turned and ran away, not just from this redistricting fight. They ran away from dealing with the flooding issues that are still echoing across the area.
No.
Families desperately need results from the state legislature in this 30-day special session that are not going to be delivered because Democrats are hanging out in Chicago and
Bro, he didn't defend it. He didn't defend his law with like logic. No. He just called them pussies, and he's right. Apparently, he went even crazier. He says he's planning on hunting them down.
You said in your statement that you put out today to all of them, in a letter to them, you said in addition to abandoning their offices, these legislators may also have committed felonies. What is the felony? What are the penalties for this?
So very simply, it would be bribery if any lawmaker took money to perform or to refuse to perform an act in the legislature. And the reports are these legislators have been they sought money and they offered money to skip the vote, to leave the legislature, to take a legislative act. That would be bribery. And so the facts will have to come out. But I think based upon comments made by legislators themselves, they face a possibility of facing bribery charges, which is a second-degree felony in the state of Texas. There's one way to cure that. And
jail,
that is, if they get back to the state of Texas and make quorum today, at a hearing that we have at 3 o'clock, they can cure themselves of any quid pro quo that would subject them to potential bribery charges.
Oh my God, he gave them a fucking deadline. He said, listen, you're either going to jail for bribery or you are showing up on time. Look at the smile on this man's face. Look how happy he is. Look at this dude. He's living his best life.
Possibility.
He's living his best life, baby. Oh, my God. All right, so that was Fox News. What's CNN saying about this? I'm sure that they're very positive about it. I'm sure they have only nice things to say.
And senior national correspondent Ed Lavandera is inside the Texas State Capitol building. Ed, lawmakers going to try to establish this quorum again on Friday. I think my question to you is, does the governor have a leg to stand on here?
Bro, why are they doing this, bro? It's so frustrating, bro. Does the governor have a leg to stand on? When he's a dude in a wheelchair? Like, why are we doing this? Like, why are we doing this, guys? Like, what is going on? This is Greg Abbott. Like, what? Like, these guys... Oh, did you just say something not nice about somebody? Did you just offend somebody? Did you just misgender somebody, guys? This is the tolerant left.
Well, they're going to try the legal process here, which they hadn't done in the last time that this was happened. So Democrats do not feel that the Republicans on this legal fight to remove them from office have a leg to stand on. Many of them have told us that they believe these are simply hollow threats, but come Friday, it sounds like the Attorney General is going to begin to attempt that process through the courts.
Yeah, that's crazy, actually. Holy shit. Now, it turns out we're actually moving at breakneck pace here. Like, we're really moving. The Attorney General said, breaking, I will seek judicial orders declaring that runaway Democrats who failed to appear by the Speaker's deadline have vacated their office. This was posted today, by the way. The people of Texas elected lawmakers, not jet-setting runaways looking for headlines. If you don't show up to work, you get fired. He is completely correct. He is literally completely right. No lies detected. Oh my God, the more I see, the more frustrated I get. Bro, this is Maryland. This is Maryland. Look at this. Oh, please, stop it, bro. You don't hate the game. You hate the players. You love the game. Bro. Okay, I just looked up what's going on in Texas, and for some reason, this is what I got. Don't judge me, judge Twitter, but apparently this is also happening in Texas. This is also happening in Texas. So, listen, Texas is a way to go. But, yeah, no, this is Illinois' 4th Congressional District. It's absolutely insane, bro. It is absolutely insane. I don't know what to say, but realistically, this is called fuck around, find out. You fucked around, you played the game, you made up your own rules, you suck, and you're absolutely getting obliterated and destroyed for it. And even this won't save you. Shout out to Texas. Bro, Jasmine Crockett is not taking this well, bro.
The Supreme Court has paved the way for half the stuff that we see that's going on. Listen, Donald Trump is a piece of shit. Okay, we know that. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Oh no.
He is. But
bro, stop!
He still would not be able to get away with this. But he's been able to get away with this because the House Republicans are complicit. He's been able to get away with this because Senate Republicans are complicit. But most importantly, the courts.
Bro, it is crazy how comfortable people are making fun of her. I mean, she deserves it. This is literally what she just said on the news. This is literally what she just said the quiet part out loud here.
There was a benefit to shining a light on what it was that they were trying to do in the dark in Texas. So unfortunately, we've seen our numbers fall now that they have these voter restrictions in place.
The voter restrictions, by the way, for those of you that are unaware, the voter restrictions are making you show ID when you vote. Those are the restrictions. The restrictions are that you have to prove that you're American. You are admitting to fraud.
But I do think it's important for us to have the conversation around
You are literally admitting that your votes are coming from people that are illegal to vote. Unbelievable. Oh my God, that is insufferable, dude. Bro, this is crazy. Yeah, anyway, so they're cooked. Thank you so much for being here. Hope you enjoyed. I did. I would like to see these people going to jail, honestly. We got to put a wall, a big wall, a beautiful wall. Put up a wall. I'm saying on the border, put up a wall, and no one will be allowed in past the wall. And I don't mean a wall on the Mexican border, obviously. I mean a Democrat wall. A beautiful wall, preferably with spikes on top for the heads of traitors to this country. Sorry if I'm getting a little too heated. In my opinion, treason is actually bad. I know. But then again, I'm not a Democrat, so I am actually anti-treason. But see you in the next one, gamers. This is gonna be funny as fuck. Love y'all. Bye. Like, subscribe, and this video was streamed live on kick.com/Nuxanor. See you there. Stay weird,